Hey everybody, Dominic Miranda back here at the NFL Scouting Combine. Joining me, NBC's Chris Sims. Thank you so much. I know you're super busy. All right, so we're covering the Colts, obviously.
Yep.
What do you make of this team right now? A lot of kind of disgruntled fans here. They brought Chris Ballard back, Shane Steichen, Anthony Richardson. What do you make of this team right now, coming off an 8-9 campaign?
All right, well, listen, here's the first thing. I mean, first off, I'm a huge Shane Steichen fan, okay? There's been some things here that aren't necessarily great for, new coach and, hey, the quarterback situation and all that. But Shane Steichen, for my money, I will no doubt tell you he is top 5 or 6 offensive mind in football. You guys move the ball without quality quarterback play every week, right? That says something. When your quarterback goes 8 for 19 and you still move the ball in your competitive games, there's some other way the ball's being moved, and that's through the coach and his game planning and running. The offense is not far off. We know the quarterback issues, and they're going to dive into that. We know that. O-line's pretty good. The 2 receivers on the outside, all 3 receivers, are better than people realize, except they just haven't had a quarterback to throw them the ball to have the stats to justify it, right? Need a tight end, okay, but the running back's top notch. So offense, you go, okay, we just got to get the quarterback thing figured out. Defensively, there's a lot of meat and potatoes there to like. They just need some splash players, right? Well, the rookie now going to be second-year, DN from UCLA. Can he be that guy going forward, right? Can they find a guy that can maybe be a difference maker in the secondary, which I think they need, and one of those? But I know people are shocked, but I'm not shocked. I mean, I'm shocked in the fact that with the current stage of American sports is like, you didn't win the Super Bowl this year, you're fired, right? And I give Mr. Irsay a lot of credit for sticking with Chris Ballard, who still think is one of the best there is out there. I still think you got to think about the fact that Andrew Luck just left in the middle of the night and all that is such a blow. What do you think the success and where the Colts would be if Chris Ballard still had him here? That threw everything off kilter, and that, for me, gives him a little bit of a leeway, in my opinion. So in this modern day of age of sports, I'm actually glad that they hung in there and Mr. Irsay said, you know what, I'm going to stay here together. There's been a few weird things that happened, but I believe in these people.
Okay, so Chris Ballard back, and you mentioned quarterback. That was a big talker yesterday.
Yes,
we kind of knew that they wanted to bring in some competition, but without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to bring in someone to compete with Anthony Richardson in earnest. And what do you make of that? And can he make that jump? Is it still too early to tell with him?
No, I mean, they got to, right? This is something I've been saying for really about the last 6 or 7 weeks. Like the Colts, it can't be like, oh, we're going to bring a guy in just to be a solid backup. They need to bring, they could get fired after next year. They can't go, oh, we're 0-2, but we think Anthony Richardson's close. They got to bring somebody in that can save the whole football team. So they got to have a guy that they can legitimately feel like, hey, if Anthony doesn't work out, we can rely on him and he's awesome and he can be our starting quarterback. Let alone they need a guy there that's going to push Anthony Richardson every day to where he knows there's no slippage days. There's no, oh, I wasn't my best today. It's no professional quarterback. You got to be on every detail, every moment of the day, 365 days of the year. That's what it is. And I think Anthony Richardson's learning that. I like his skills. But yeah, like you said, he's got to be more consistent. Throwing the ball especially. He can make wow throws. He can throw the ball deep. He's got to become more of a machine with the 5 to 10 to 15-yard throws, and that's the next step. He can get better in that area, but yes, it takes a lot of work and the right people to teach him the right mechanics.
Yeah, fall in love with the mundane, right? Accuracy and motivation certainly a problem with Anthony Richardson. All right, looking ahead to April, the NFL draft, Chris Ballard, without saying it, mentioned offensive line, mentioned defensive backfield, mentioned the tight end room. Do you see a glaring need for this team? Because it does feel like they need something, and Tyler Warren's a big talker, but
that's
what's
the
real?
Biggest one. The tight end's the most glaring, right? I mean, I don't disagree with anything Chris Ballard said, but the tight end one is the one spot you look at and go, oh, they could definitely use a big upgrade there. And he is special, Tyler Warren. And I got to do more interviews here, so I got to go soon, okay?
Okay, all right. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate your time. He's a very busy man. State of the Colts. We'll see if it can be on the uptick.